Hi you guys, this is Katalin from POW Gym here at Chicago's West Loop. We're going to do a home workout. If you don't have a jump rope, you can use jumping jacks or running in place. Otherwise, we're going to use basic tubing. I have a long tube, resistance tube with handle, and then I have what we call a mini band. Alright, we're going to start with jumping rope or jumping jacks for 30 seconds. Keep in mind when you're jumping rope or you're just learning to jump, you can do a 2-foot with a pause, which is what I'm doing right here. I keep my hands close to my hips. My elbows are on a diagonal to my wrist. All right? If I pick up the speed of the rope, I can pick up the speed of my jump. But if that's too much, you can always take it to a skip. All right, so that was our 30 seconds. Hands on our hips. We're going to go air squats and go. As you sit down in this squat, make sure that you're only sitting as low as your body feels ready. So you don't have to get all the way down. Allow your body to warm up. I'm using a stopwatch over here just to keep us on time. We're going to go a couple more. Excellent. Back to the rope or your jacks. So we're doing what's called an interval workout. Intervals can be any length of time. So if jumping rope or jacks is too much for 30 seconds, start with what you can. Back to basic jumping rope. I can do a hop. I can walk in place and also do a figure 8 just to keep my heart rate up and still make you feel like you are involved in this workout. Ropes are going to go down. We're going to turn our toes out and we're going to go a little bit wider squat. Knees are going to track always over the toes. Chest is upright. We're keeping our back flat and strong. We're going to go a couple more squats. Just hold it there for a second. Kind of sit. Great. Bring your feet together. And we have our third round on the rope or jacks. If you don't jump rope, I do recommend that you learn. This is a great time for you to learn because jump rope is just absolutely the best portable workout there is. The other thing to keep in mind is when you get good at jumping rope, the impact's actually very low impact. It's not as high impact as most people think. Of course, when you first learn, it is a little bit harder because you're jumping down as opposed to kind of hopping over the rope. Excellent. Rope down. This time we're going to bring our feet narrow and we're going to squat with our arms out in front of us. As you do this squat, I want you to think about lengthening the arms. Nice strong posture here. Thumbs are going to go up. At the end of this round, we're going to actually do a standing back bend and do a few static stretches. Head is in good alignment. You're controlling your breathing. One more. Excellent. We're going to reach behind our back, open up our chest, turn our head side to side. And now let's drive our hips forward, gently lean back. And I just want you to go up and down through your shoulders. A few more dynamic stretches. Hands on the hips, we call them good mornings. It's a forward fold or a hinge. So my hips shift back. My toe goes up. And I keep my shoulder blades back. So I don't want to round in this position. Great. Now we're going to go to a standing quad stretch. If you need to hold on to something, go for it. If you need a progression, you can lean forward. Inhale to come out of that stretch. Carefully balance on the other side. Fold the other leg. Lengthen and reach. Look out in front of you so you've got good posture. If you want the progression, forward, hinge. Excellent. All right, shake it out. Good job. We're going to now go down to the floor, so grab your mat or even a bath mat if you have one. So we're going to do some groundwork now. We're going to do a wide variety of ground exercises. Some are activation exercises and others are actually really strength training or just overall good mobility work. We're going to start in a tabletop position, so that means you're on your hands and your knees. I'm a big fan of T-spine rotation. I'm going to take my right hand, place it underneath my sternum. My left hand is going to go behind my head. I'm going to go elbow to elbow, and as I rotate, I'm going to push the ground away, try to get my elbow to point up to the ceiling. We're going to do 10 of those. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to adjust for you. The other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, from this tabletop position, we're going to go into a hydrate. I want your toes on the ground, your spine flat. You lift your leg up to the side. We want to keep a right angle at the ankle and the knee, okay? Ready? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can just stay where you are. I'm going to turn for you. Ready? Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. We're going to stay right here. We're going to do a hip circle with extension from behind. So I'm going to extend directly behind me, and I'm going to circle forward. I'm going to extend right behind me and circle forward. Actually, we'll start with the leg closest to you. You can start with your right. I'm going to start with my left. Ready? 1, 2. Keep those arms straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, spine is straight. 6, lift the belly up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. From here, we're going to go into a shoulder tap from a plank position. Feet should be a little bit wider. So when you position yourself, maybe hip width apart, we're going to go alternating side to side. We're not going super fast. I want you to work on stabilizing and keeping your hips from wobbling. And time, rest. We're going to go into a side leg lift. So back to this tabletop position. You want to have a straight line from your ankle to your hip. The toe is going to face forward. So I'll give you that position straight on. I look like that, but I'm going to go sideways for you to take a look. Move your hands slightly to the opposite direction of the leg that you're lifting. And lift for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Switch to the other side. So my right leg is out. My hands are slightly to the left. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Just let your hands rest for a second there. We're going to flip over onto our back. Okay? So from here, with our hands on the ground, we're going to pump and lift that right leg up. We're going to bridge our hips up and lower down, keeping this foot steady and the knee at a nice right angle. We're going to go 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys can switch sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to now bring my toes in towards my heels, and if I can reach them, I'll touch them, then transfer to my lower back and just get a nice little lower back release. Great, bring it down. All right, so if you have a mini band, go ahead and grab it and come on back. If you don't, that's okay. You'll still get a lot of benefit from the exercises that we're going to do. Okay, so this is what a mini band is. It's a really inexpensive piece of equipment, but I get a lot of use out of it. I do a lot of things with it. We're going to actually slide it up, and we're going to put it on our knees. So I'm going to give you a second to get into that position. All right, you're going to put it slightly on top of the knees, and we're going to lay on our side. All right, we're just going to be in a side laying position here. We're going to glue our ankles together. We're going to do a little bit more glute activation here. We're going to pulse one leg up, but as you pulse the one leg up, you should be pressing the other leg down into the floor. Okay? If you are not using a band, just do twice as many reps as we're doing. All right? We're going to do 10 with the band. Without a band, you're going to do 20 and begin. The trick is, as I do this, I want to keep my core actually stable. So try not to rock when you pulse or press the top leg up. Good, and rest. I want you to straighten that leg now. We're going to keep the band where it is, but we're going to lock that leg into a very stiff position with the toe lifted up towards the shin. And you're going to pulse up and down. I'm going to do 20 with the band. You're going to do 30 if you don't have a band. And go. 1, 2. And if you notice, I keep tension on the band the whole time. So I don't actually bring my leg all the way down. So I'm really isolating part of this glute complex, keeping the abs super strong. I get a little bit of ab involvement as well, just because I'm holding myself super steady and I'm trying not to wobble or fall back. Excellent. So finish out those reps. We're just going to simply get to the other side. I'm going to switch myself around. We're starting with that traditional clam movement. Ankles are together or heels. I bring the band to a point where I've got some tension, and then I pulse up. So if you've got the band, you're doing 10. If you have no band, I want you to do 20. This is also a movement that's often prescribed by physical therapists for people who have weak lower back, especially if some of your back issues are related to poor glute activation. I know that's kind of a overused word in the industry right now. Okay, I'm going to make an adjustment here. I'm going to straighten my leg, but my bottom leg says bent, and pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 20 if I have a band, and 30 if you don't have a band. Keeping tension on the band the whole time. I think I have about 5 more. Excellent. All right, so from here, we're going to go back to laying down, all right? So in this position, I'm going to keep the band on my knees. I'm actually going to hold this shelf. So I have a nice right angle. Imagine that there's a board on top of my shins, and we're going to get 20 crunches in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 8. Try not to yank on your neck. You should be gently holding the back of your skull. I know the crunch is not the most complicated movement, but a lot of people yank too hard on their head. All right, next one, we're going to bring it around our feet. So it's actually on top of my laces. Now I'm going to flex my feet, meaning pull my toes towards my shin. As it's towards my shin, I'm going to be able to create resistance on the band. If I point my toes, it's going to snap off. So if it happens to you, don't worry. It's happened to all of us when we've learned this exercise. We're going to hold this position. I'm going to hold this mini crunch, and I'm going to pulse my knee in. Once again, if you don't have a band, this is still a challenging exercise. I'm going to do 10, you're going to do 20. So back to my shelf, I press my right leg away, and I'm going to hold my crunch the whole time, pulsing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you've got 10 more to do, finish them up. When I do the other side, you want to make sure that you're not wobbling. So I'm back to my shelf. I'm going to press my left leg away. And as I pulse, I'm only moving the leg that's bent. Holding this position, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you owe me 10 more because you're without a band, go ahead and get it done. And then we will transition to a standing position and get some other strength training in. Thank you. Okay, so you might wonder why I do a lot of ab work at the beginning of the workout. It's not that I don't do it at the end, I do, but I'm a big fan of doing ab work before doing a lot of my strength training. And while we're not really lifting huge loads right now because we're going to be using body weight or a band, I find that I get a little bit more abdominal and core involvement when I do exercises that so-called turn those muscles on. I've had a history of some back issues. I've had 4 different spine surgeries, so it's something that's worked for me. If you want, you can always repeat that ab section all the way at the end if you want some extra work, or do any other stretches you need to keep yourself feeling like you are ready to go. We're going to be working on legs next. Lunges or split squats are just kind of a perfect exercise. You can't really go wrong with them. We're going to put the band underneath the front foot. I'm going to slide my other leg back. So before I even lower down into a split squat, I want to make sure that I'm locked in place, and then I check that when I do bend at my knees, I've got right angles at the knees. If I were standing like this and then doing my lunge, this would be too short of a stride, and it would be probably causing a lot of discomfort in the knee or towards the kneecap. So I want to get a nice right angle at both my knees. I lock in that back glute. That's really the trick to doing these split squats, is making sure that that glute is contracted. It's not going to provide a tremendous amount of additional resistance for me, but it is a nice way for me to get a little bit more than my body weight. So this is my position. My posture is strong. I'm going to lower down and press right up. I'm going to go for 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Switch sides. It's under the front leg. Slide that other foot back. Get a little bit of curl. I hold myself, I call this kind of a goalpost position. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Slowly curl down and switch. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to swap out the extra tube for the mini band. Once again, if you don't have the mini band, you're going to do side leg lifts from a standing position. You can always hold on to the wall. We're going to do it with resistance band. So let me go over it without resistance really quick. Everything is exactly the same, so don't think you have to change your form. The difference is you're probably going to be able to get your leg up a little bit higher. Things to avoid, whether you have a band or not, is leaning and bending from the torso. I want you to keep your hips very square. So if you had a PVC pole on your hips, it wouldn't be teeter-tottering when you do these movements. All right, for those who have a band, you're going to put it around your ankles. These are exercises that honestly, they're just perfect the way they are. So don't think like you have to make them more complicated, okay? We're going to have one leg balancing and strong. Our toe is going to be pointing forward on this movement. Let's do 10 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, transfer to the other leg. Really strong in that standing leg. So that quad should be engaged, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From there, we're going to take our band and we're going to do pull aparts for a little posture work before we start doing some band work. So if you have a band, you're going to be pulling the band apart with your arms straight. If you don't have a band, you're going to be bending over and doing flies. Okay? So I'm going to do one set here for 10, one set without the band for 10. Everybody else, you do 20 of whichever one you're doing. And begin. 1, 2. As I do these pull aparts, my shoulder blades are being pulled back in my spine. My head is straight, so you don't want to be doing anything funny with your neck. There's my 10. As you're bending over, I'm in this flat position, so like I'm flying to the side. 2, 3, I keep my arms open. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. We're going to do another set of the glute work. I'm going to change the angle just a little bit. So if this is 3 and 9 o'clock when I lift my leg, I want you to go kind of to 7 or 5 on the movement. So it's just slightly behind you. Everything's the same if you don't have a band. Are you ready? 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Transfer to the other leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. We're going to do another set of upper back. This is what I consider to be a posture movement or exercise. With the band or without, your choice. 2 sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In my second set, I'm going to turn my palms up. It's a little different, a little harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. So if the band just wasn't challenging enough for you, I'm going to let you pause the video, and I want you to do another couple of sets and then join us in a second, okay? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're going to move on to some upper body work now. Obviously, it's not exactly the same as doing bench press, dumbbell press, but it is a great way to get some upper chest and shoulder work. I'm going to step on the tube with only one foot. make sure you put weight in that back foot. So you're gonna anchor down, soften the back knee just a little bit so that you really press that heel down. You don't wanna lift the heel up, and it's gonna hit you in the back of the head. All right, I'm gonna take my forward hinge slightly. So I'm just hinging at the hips, I'm not slouching. As I do that, I'm gonna shift a tiny bit of weight into that front leg so I have a diagonal. So if I took that broomstick or pole, I would have about a 30 to 20 degree angle in my upper body. We're gonna do a fly, and as I fly up or bring my arms together, my palms are gonna go up, and it's not gonna go much higher than my chest or my chin. So don't think you have to make this movement all the way up there and create this kind of body language. It's not gonna be good for you. All right, so we're gonna go for a fly. Ready? 1, 2, control the band as it comes down. We're slowing down if you notice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. We're just going to do some shoulder mobility. So look, I grab the band and I'm just moving forward and back. If that is too hard for you, only move through your shoulders in a comfortable range. Excellent. Shake it out. Hopefully you feel somewhat recovered. We're going to repeat that same set. If you want to switch legs, you can. Make sure whichever foot's the most anchored or heaviest that you can put weight on is the one that anchors the band. So back to our body position, little shift. I have an angle in my alignment. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to still do some mobility, and then we're going to add a little lean. So I'm going to just lean to the side, deep breath, roll those shoulders out. Let's do another set. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're fatiguing, you can go to single arm. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Shake it out. All right. One of my favorite exercises for posture and shoulders is going to be this front raise. I'm going to put the band on the ground. Notice that. Step on it with one foot, and then the band comes through the middle. Let me back up just a little bit. Do you see how it's through the middle? It's not on the outside. All right? From here, I'm going to grab the sides of the handles. My thumbs are going to go up. My shoulders are down, and when I bring my shoulders down and I engage my abs, I'm not distending from the rib cage and arching to my lower back. We want good neutral pelvis, and we are in this one going to go all the way up and down. Okay? I'm going to turn this side, and we're going to do 10 to start. Ready? 1, 2, keep the arms straight. 3, it might seem like the band's going to hit you in the nose. That's okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Okay, watch. So all I'm going to do is take that handle. I'm going to step through. It's now behind me. Do you see that? I still have it anchored. It's behind me. Okay? So before I lift it up, I'm going to bicep curl. I'm going to stretch, and then it should be laying right alongside my spine from my tailbone to the back of my head. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to lower the band down in the handle with my elbows to my ears, and then I'm going to press up. Okay? So we're going to go triceps. The band's going to be a little easy and light for you right now, so let's do 15. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, careful when we lower it. I'm just going to be careful as it rolls around. And yeah, I've got a ponytail. Make sure it doesn't catch it. Okay, so now we're going to do that again. Second set of front raises into tricep, and we'll be moving a little faster now. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our turn so you can see my posture. 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice my shoulders don't lift up though, so I'm not lifting up. 9, 10. I'm going to step through, curl, press, and then it's located right along my spine and it's through the center. So the tension's equal on both hands. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We said 15, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly bring it down so you don't hurt your shoulder. I'm going to face this other direction, mostly so you guys have some different angles. Third set, stepping on the band, it's coming through both of your feet, okay? And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let me show you, I step through, whoops, little bicep curl, kind of get it behind me, grab with both hands. This is the way I'm comfortable looping, and 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We said 5 more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Always being careful when you bring the band down so you don't hurt yourself. Excellent. Get a sip of water and then come on back and we're going to move on. All right, have a seat. Grab your mat if you need to. We're going to be working on some more upper body. So we did a little bit of chest and shoulder and some tricep. We're going to work on a little bit of back and some bicep. So remember, our goal of these workouts is to get just a nice total body workout that helps to maintain some strength and keep our general fitness up. It's a great way for you to squeeze it in when you can't go to your gym. We are going to wrap the band around our feet, so watch. I take the band at the center, put it on top of the laces. I'm going to roll all the way around and through, okay? So, all right? So take a second, and I'm going to give you a close-up of that. All right, so now you saw how I wrapped it around. All right? So we're going to place our feet out in front of us. You might have a little bit of slack right here, which is okay, but you've got to make sure that you keep your feet dorsiflexed or the toes towards the shin, which is a good thing because it's also activating the muscles along the front side of your lower leg. We're going to sit up as tall as we can. I might extend it a little bit as long as I know I've got it secure. Now, some of you might have the attachment for this to go underneath the door or in the hinge of the door. Totally use that. If you don't have one of those, this is a great way for you to make do with what you've got. So I'm going to say somewhere between 10 and 20 reps because obviously my back muscles are a lot stronger than my biceps. Most of us are going to be that way. So I'm going to go to a wide position. I'm actually going to go a low, wide lat pull or row. So from here, I'm going to extend the arms to a point where there's tension. I'm activating my lats, kind of like I'm flexing. So I'm flexing low, and I'm going to pulse and pull down towards my low rib cage. So notice that my thumbs are coming to the lower portion of my ribs. I'm not bringing this to a high pull right now. Nothing wrong with that. That's just not what we're doing. So let's get about 15 more of these. 2, 3, 4. If you're fatiguing already, go ahead. take a break. And then those of you who have thicker, stronger, higher resistance bands, I have a pretty easy one on, to be quite honest. Go ahead and feel free to swap it out. Okay? So this is where having two bands in different levels is going to come in handy, because you can actually create a little bit more challenge for yourself. All right, I'm going to extend a little bit further. Same thing applies if you have a door, the adapter for the door. I'm going to just kind of lean back a little bit, and I'm going to do a high curl. And the whole time I keep my eyes on the band. I want to make sure that the band is not going to break loose from my feet, okay? And I'm just doing this kind of high, what would look like a high cable curl. I got a few more in me because my band's not so challenging. And rest. All right, so same thing applies. We're just going to get some movement and mobility through our arms. All right, let's do a second set. I'll turn in this direction for you to see if that helps you better understand the movement. Remember, it's a low, wide row. Let's get about 15. I'm also using my abs, of course, to help maintain my posture. I think about my shoulder blades pulling back and down. No tensions in your neck when you do these. Let's get about 5 more in. Great. Okay. You guys ready for a bicep curl? Arms are going to be elevated. So by keeping my elbows a little bit higher up and not low to my body, I create a little bit more resistance, and therefore my shoulders have to work and stabilize the movement better. So a little bit more advanced. And curl. Remember, don't be distracted. Just keep your eyes on your feet. You don't need to look at me right now. You should have your eyes on where the band is anchored in this position, so you don't run the risk of it coming off and hitting you. Let's get a few more in. Excellent. Shake the arms out. I'm going to face you for my third set. Okay, shake them out. I might have a light band, but I'm definitely feeling it as well. Okay, third and final, and begin. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, here are the biceps. And curl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Take that off. Put it to the side. We're just going to sit for a second. We're going to cross one arm over our chest. Take a deep breath. We're going to place one hand on the ground, and we're going to lean. So as I lean to my left in this case, I'm anchoring my right hip and almost exaggerating it. And let's cross over this way. Anchoring down, reaching. I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to go to a kneeling position. I'm a big fan of this stretch, stretching through my toes, having a seat. I'm going to lift up and do just a gentle back bend. If you can, reach back onto your heels, so that would be the progression. I'm going to open up my chest and bow my body, driving my hips forward. Excellent. You guys, thanks for working out with me, and I hope everyone is staying hydrated through this training program. Make sure you get something good to eat. Thank you.